I mean, what would I do if I were on the spot and somebody recognized that I'm trying to make an ego real and it's impossible? What would I do then? What would I do if they didn't accept me as an ego? I mean, I insist I'm an ego, you know. Don't you be trying to tell me I'm a Christ or something like that, you know. I'm nothing more nor less than an ego, just like you. You know. It's amazing. It's just amazing what goes on in this world. And you all buy into it. You have to stick around. Otherwise, you'd walk out. Clue. If you so choose, you can walk out. And it's not death that makes it possible. It's changing your mind about the purpose of the world. Changing your mind about the purpose of the world. And then it wouldn't bind you any longer. Because the purpose you gave the world was to bind you. Because in that binding, you would then have the purpose of being separate. And that's what you're embarrassed about? That you've been pretending that you're bound? And somebody all of a sudden is looking at that and going, nay, you're not bound. The door to your prison cell is wide open. You're comfortable in your cell. How about that concept? You can't live on concepts, but you can die on them. Isn't that what it says in the Bible? What's the cost of sin? Death. And sin is believing you're separate from everything. And that cost you life. And is that a concept? Is it also true? Is it valuable to you? What?
Yes.
Let's see. How would we know if it were valuable to you or not? What? So, do we have evidence in here that you value that? Or do we have evidence to the opposite?
I think there's a lot of evidence of loving one another.
Yeah? And so in that love, you know you're home in heaven? And it's overwhelmed you so much you've walked out and you know the truth now? Or is it still in the realm of concept where you're debating whether it's so valuable you should have 100% knowing of it? Yeah. Yeah, what? What? It's still a concept. It has to be shown. By who? Who shows you this reality? Who's Holy Spirit? Yeah, who's the Holy Spirit? How many Holy Spirits are there? Well, whose Holy Spirit is it that's going to show you reality? And when is the Holy Spirit doing that? Or when does he intend or she intend to do that? But we just went over how you're choosing it. Wasn't that what you wanted me to believe? Isn't that what you said? And there's lots of evidence that you're choosing it? What? See, I'm really interested in finding out can I get you to the point where you collapse all of time? Haven't you had enough?
Yes.
Can't you turn that into collapsing time so that you're awakening and all the truth is not somewhere in your future? Hello? I can? Well, I can invite you there, but I can't force you there. But I assure you, your Holy Spirit is waiting because you're in charge of time. The you that you think you are, you're in charge of time. You're in charge of when. It's about your willingness. Have you changed your mind about the purpose of the world? Or are you a bit reluctant? What? Reluctant, I got it. I mean, that's right where you talk about a leap of faith, don't you? Right? There's a leap, there's like a quantum leap that is there between where Holy Spirit is helping you and you are looking for your willingness. Like you're looking for it. Like I can look at you and I can see, most of you anyway, you're actually looking for where in your mind the willingness for all of time to collapse to now is possible for you. And some of you are sitting there thinking, you've looked at it and you went, I can't, that's a step too far. And others are just trying to avoid it. Kind of like, I've tried before and failed, I'm not going to even try now. So there's a range of what's going on in here. You're not really together. You're not, what is this? You haven't come together yet. But you can. You can use this time to come together. And the force of energy that you would establish would be a portal that anybody could walk into if they were willing. If they come, or should I say when they come to the point that you will have come to by establishing that portal. A vortex. Somebody told me to tell you it's a vortex. Somebody should be happy to hear that. Is anybody happy to hear it's a vortex? I kind of like portal myself, but it's an opening. So we want to go beyond concepts, don't we? We do, don't we?